Hello, my dear viewer. Tonight, I'm gonna tell you a dark and haunting Russian fairy tale, one whispered by firelight, carried through generations, and never quite forgotten. Once, there lived a brother and a sister, Ivanushka and Alyonushka. Their parents had died, and they were left alone in the wide world. So they went wandering, seeking a place to live. They walked a long, long way. The sun scorched, the grass whispered, the crows croaked. Ivanushka grew terribly thirsty. He saw a horse's hoofprint full of water. Alyonushka said, "Don't drink, brother, you'll turn into a foal." They walked further. He saw a cow's hoofprint glimmering. "Don't drink, brother, you'll turn into a calf." They walked on. Ivanushka was stumbling, dizzy with thirst. He saw a goat's hoofprint, shining with clear water. "I'll drink or I'll die," he said. He drank and turned into a little goat. Alyonushka cried bitterly, took him by a rope, and went on. They came to a village. Alyonushka found work with a rich merchant as a nanny, and the little goat stayed with her in the yard. The merchant saw her, kind and beautiful as she was, and took her for his wife. All would have been well, but in that same land lived a black sorcerer. He saw Alyonushka and burned with desire. He came to her and said, "Come with me, fair one, be my wife." She answered, "I have a husband, I will not go." The sorcerer grew angry. "Then I will curse you and destroy your man." He waited until the merchant went away on business, then came to Alyonushka and said, "Let's go down to the river to wash the linen." She went with him. When she bent to the water, he seized her by the hair and drowned her. Then he took her form and returned, pretending to be her. Only the little goat sensed the lie. He walked the yard, calling out, "Alyonushka, my dear sister, come up to me to the steep river bank." And each time he called, the water rippled, and the pale body of Alyonushka rose from beneath the river, silent and still. The sorcerer chased the goat away, but he returned again and again, calling her name. On the third day, the servants heard his cries and told the merchant. He came to the river, saw the water stir, and his wife rose from it, lifeless but untouched. They drew her out, laid her in the house, and prayed. That night, the sorcerer crept in to finish his work. But the merchant awoke and saw beside him not Alyonushka, but a creature with claws and burning eyes. He shouted for help. People ran in, caught the demon, and burned it to ashes. The little goat wept beside his sister's body and was turned back into a boy. He kissed her hand, and she opened her eyes and came back to life. The brother and sister lived again as before under God's mercy.